I do not feel bad for Shannon Sharpe. Actually, kneel into the wall. Men like Shannon Sharpe go after women whose frontal lobe have yet to develop, and then when they prove to you that they are still children, it's, oh, how dare she try to manipulate me? How dare she try to get money from me? Why do you think she was fucking with your old ass? And y'all don't want women with boundaries, with self-respect. Y'all want little girls who is going to do whatever y'all want her to do for a little bit of change. And now she's trying to get over on you and you mad. Program. Y'all get so full of yourself that you genuinely think this child wants you for real. What does a 56-year-old and a 19-year-old have to have in common? You have to say it's legal as a way to defend your dating preferences. You're a predator. That's like us saying slavery was bad and y'all be like, well, it was legal. That doesn't make it okay. In any relationship where there is a significant difference, whether it be finances or age, there is going to be a level of manipulation.
Please.
Okay, so before we get into it, this is what the 19-year-old looks like. Okay, dang, it's a little blurry, but this is what she looks like. Okay, so Shannon Sharpe has also been losing sponsors. He did temporarily took himself down from ESPN. Okay, so we'll talk about it. I know last week we did talk about the whole Shannon Sharpe, the lawsuit coming out. We're just waiting till more evidence, and now other women are speaking. And I know this age difference, age gap has been of discussion. So,
okay. So first of all, if you pull back up that woman picture, you can no, not her picture. The woman who was talking, the woman in the pink.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at her wig, you could see her screen. Okay,
looking at that.
So her screen was no, because this stuff matters.
It does?
Yes, how you talking shit about somebody and I can see your screen though?
Like she wasn't talking crap. She was just giving her opinion.
No, she was talking shit. No. Okay, first of all, is me and Shannon Sharpe, we are from the South. Okay, we got a different set of rules down there. If you can cross the street, you can get hit. Okay, and that's what it means. So by her being 19, she is legal and she is ready for whatever. Y'all listen, if y'all don't like the law because the Bible say abide by the law of the land.
Right. You want to quote the Bible?
Y'all
believe in God.
Abide by the law of the land. Okay.
You don't even believe in God. How are you quoting the Bible?
If the Bible say follow the law and Shannon follow the law, what are we talking about?
We're talking about a different intellect level. What because he's got God. But what did he think going into it? The prerequisite of dating somebody who just got out of high school is going to be you play stupid games, you get stupid prizes.
Hugh Hefner didn't get no stupid prizes.
He ain't Hugh Hefner.
This is what I think, right? To answer Q question, it is a double standard. First, to answer your question, it is a double standard. Secondly, Shannon Sharpe, I mean, you got to protect yourself. Men of certain stature, you got to protect yourself. These women ain't no good, man. I mean, if you think about it, if we being real, if we want to be real, there's a small pool of good women to choose from. Most of the women we got to choose from ain't no good. So if you are a Shannon Sharpe caliber type of man, you just have to protect yourself.
My boy. So I agree with you. Okay, it's 7 good women on this planet, and they scattered all over like Dragon Balls. I agree, but this what you tend to forget. She could have been one of them 7 Dragon Balls, but the money. How long? But the money, because the Bible speaks about it. The love of money can corrupt the person. All of these women on this panel,
you love it.
All of these women on this panel are sweet people. But if you tell them for $10 million, if you fuck that nigga over, we can get you this money. All of these women on this panel change.
So, 2K, I have a question. In some states, the consent. Hold on, I got a question. The consent in some states is 16. If you weren't married, would you dip into a 16-year-old? Yes or no?
Hey.
No. Yep. And would you be okay with your 16-year-old daughter getting dipped on?
I'm a law-abiding citizen, okay?
So you lost the institution at a 16-year-old. Is that what you're saying?
I'm a law-abiding citizen. If I'm not breaking the law,
Come on, 2K. 16, bro.
The age of consent is 16 with a parent's. I think it's like a parent consent or something like that.
Do you see
how
It depends on the state.
Listen, bro, I'm just saying that the law is the law.
Okay, so 2K, you would. Okay, let's hear about the other men. Michigan, you would dip into a 16-year-old?
Okay, how old? No, I wouldn't. But how old are you, 2K?
Me? I'm in my third.
Bro, 16.
Come on.
My
now.
dick won't even fit in a 16-year-old, bro. Just to be real. 16.
Like that ain't a good argument either.
16, bro.
But listen, okay, so bro, y'all be forgetting, okay, because we quick to call it predatory behavior, but there are a set of women who seek out older men.
They're predators too.
They're predators.
Okay.
Those women, those teachers in high school seeking out you little boys in middle school, they're predators. They need to be
that's sick.
16.
Listen, now, personally, I wouldn't do it, but don't talk. Listen, if you give me an 18-year-old and ask me, could she get nailed to the cross, and I never got to talk to her again? Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I'm not for the sit here and listen to you.
But let's just change the narrative from 16, right? Because that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about a 19-year-old woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fine. She's legal, fine, right? We don't have to even get into that conversation. We understand 18 is legal. The question here is, how can a 19-year-old stimulate your 56-year-old mind? Like, what are you doing? You are somebody who's wealthy, who's coming to all of these agreements and contracts, and you have an image, and therefore you put your image on the line, and now you're sitting over here looking sad on camera because you lost your endorsement.
Ty, see, you're not a man, okay? You don't understand what it's like to be Big Daddy. Okay.
Wasn't there
the Big Daddy done lost a lot of money?
Nah, they wasn't having no type of conversations. We heard the girl on the tape. She sounded kind of slow.
Y'all have never had to deal with
what he knew he was doing.
Listen, bro, if you ever in your life feeling down, go mess with a poor young chick, okay? They will make you feel like the best person in the fucking world.
But 2K,
dumpster diving.
Where is a 50-year-old going to meet a 19-year-old? I'm just
wait. Hold on. Y'all asking the wrong question. The right question is, what is the right age?
Yeah.
I think it depends on the man's age. I feel like, cause me, right? I'll be 33 this year. I got an age limit. I don't date any woman below 25. I just found that younger women are very immature. That's just
I have an answer.
Wait. Forget your age limit. What is the right age according to however old that you are?
30 for him, because he was 56, at least 30.
You're too old to be her father. Let's start there. If you can be her father, let's say that age.
If we're going to put a limit on it, what about no more than 2 generations? Because Shannon Sharpe is,
56.
I don't even know what that means.
He's her grandfather.
Like what?
I don't even know what that means.
Use years, y'all, to simplify it.
What's the purpose of staying nice, staying in shape? Well, if I'm 50, okay, and you went on the grind with me, why do I want you when you 50?
Wait. What's the right age?
The right age is 18.
If you 40, if you 40, for the women on here, if you 40, no, if you 30, what's the earliest that you can date?
A man? If a man's 30?
A man is 30, what's the earliest you can date?
I think
mid-20s.
I think 5 years.
Mid-20s.
I think 25 and up.
20,
yeah.
Okay.
20,
So if a woman is 30, what's the earliest she can date?
I say 10 years for everybody. I think anything less than 10 years is a lot.
Hold on, wait. If a woman is 30, what's the earliest she can date?
I don't think even dipping that low is
20.
I say
20. What's the oldest she can date?
No, if the woman is 30, it's the same age. What's the youngest she can date?
What's the youngest? I would say 21.
25.
I say 25.
Okay.
I say 25.
So if a man is 40, what's the earliest he can date?
30.
28. 27.
Bro.
Okay, cool.
Because if women mature, this is studies, women mature quicker than men, right? So I would think that a man can kind of get a little bit younger compared to an older woman.
Okay, cool. So if he's 50, what's the earliest that he could date?
35. 30.
I mean, if he won't,
I say 30. She's mature.
Okay, cool. So if a woman is 50, what's the earliest she could date?
30. 35.
35. She shouldn't be dipping that young.
Where y'all getting these numbers from, Lord?
This is what I'm trying to understand. Where y'all getting these numbers from? Y'all just shooting from the hip?
Yeah.
I mean, it's. I think it's a moral thing. It's like if I'm 50 years old, what do I have in common with a barely 21-year-old? What do I have in common if he's 19? He was 18 last year. He just got out of high school. I'm 50. What business do I have rolling around in the bed, going outside? What business is that? If it's not to appease my ego, because that's all this shit is.
No, it ain't.
Whenever an old ass man needs to feel like he needs to only date women that are 10, 20, 30 plus years younger than him, it has nothing to do with him trying to find companionship, but everything to do with trying to appease his ego. He's obviously having a midlife crisis. He's obviously feeling like he can't deal with women his age because perhaps he hasn't evolved in the same rate that women his age are. And so a lot of women his age feel like, yeah, I'm not going to deal with a lot of this stuff. So he wants to go to a younger woman who hasn't had a lot of who hasn't had a lot of experience, who hasn't had a lot of experience dating men or anything like that. So I'm sorry, what?
Wait. So,
Les Miles.
Wait.
I didn't hear what you said.
That girl was the OnlyFans girl. She had plenty of miles.
Exactly. There were so many things wrong with
Wait.
Come
on, y'all. Hold on.
One mic, y'all. One mic.
Let me just mine this out a little bit. Why was Stella Got Her Groove Back a top selling book in the movie?
Because all them old hoes.
First of all,
wait. You can't say that's a movie if people supported it and primarily women are the ones that went and seen it and championed it. We can't just ignore it and say that it's. Hold on. The whole
21.
The whole premise behind it was that she was too old, mature, had lived life. And when she first met the guy, she said, "I'm old enough to be your mother." So my point is why is that celebrated? Why is that not, ooh, that's nasty, that's bad? Why is that celebrated? How come I never seen any women saying cancel Tracy Ellis Ross? She shouldn't get any more movies after she appeared on Michelle Obama's podcast.
Why would they do that?
Because she said, I don't want to talk to men my age. I only want
That doesn't mean she wants to talk to a 19-year-old though.
You're missing it.
That's what it's
We never had a dissecting because she's the same age as.
She never said what younger was.
You never let me finish a sentence when I tried to make room for you to communicate what you said, what you were saying.
Well, you cut me off, but go ahead, babe.
You was already late, Jazz. You already on the docket.
Well, I'm here now. What's up?
My point is that
the fuck?
Along with the double standards, I find it hypocritical. And the reason that it's hypocritical is because these same old hoes are encouraging younger women to talk to older men. And the only time that they don't, they tell them not to, is when they got to compete against them. And so what I've seen largely is women never being held accountable. Not young, not old, never. They never get held accountable. They get paid off. They get money. They become successful. They grind on the backs of men, and they know exactly what they're doing when they do it. For years, for decades, for my entire lifetime, it has always been celebrated for women to talk to younger men when they get old, and it's always been celebrated for women that is younger to seek older men that are retired. And as a matter of fact, what I hear from women that are 23, 24, 25 years old every single day is that they don't even want to talk to men their age because they don't already have money. They're not already at the finish line. They want men that already are exactly what they want them to be so that they can be taken care of. And so while all of these hoes is mature enough to sell pussy, they not old enough to be held accountable. Anytime the man that actually deal with them, They are the ones that's held accountable. Meanwhile, she the one that's getting $10 million for her pain and suffering.
I don't understand how this became a woman thing right now. How did we flip this? Because if we brought it into,
you know how cute
Drea Michelle, I said she was a predator. When it comes to these teachers preying on these little kids, they are predators. When I bring up you men losing your virginity at a young age to older women, they're predators. But we're talking about Shannon Sharpe. We're talking about Belichick. Belichick is 73, dating a 24-year-old. Why are we normalizing? Granted, it happens. Both sides are fucked up. It's a predator no matter what.
Yeah.
Why are we normalizing this more? But it is way more normalized seeing an older man dating a younger woman nowadays. We can't.
And the reason why it's like that, Q, is because women are putting themselves in those positions to be seen by these men. Yep. Who sees Shannon Sharpe at the store? You know what I mean? So I understand why it can go towards more a woman taking accountability, because women are setting themselves up to be put in those positions to
he met her at the gym,
with the the sugar daddies. I'm sorry, I'm around a lot of women that I hear, I'm gonna give me a sugar daddy. I'm gonna give me a sugar daddy, and they may be laughing about it, and they joking about it. But there's some truth to that. They really want to be taken care of, and they want to be young and then do what they do behind the scenes. They want to be the Jada Pinkett's and to set it off whenever rent due. You know what I mean? So,
can I say something real quick?
Hey, Kelly.
You're asking.
Hey, girl.
You trying to, you asked us a question about Shannon Sharpe. Anton, you asking us a different question. I'm gonna answer both of those questions. Why women don't take accountability? What I've learned, like I said, I'm not that old, but what I've learned so far is men, we got egos. That's like one of our something that's that's something that we struggle with, our egos, right? Women struggle with their pride. They are very prideful, and the opposite of pride is shame. So if you're, wanting them to take accountability and telling them, hey, you did this wrong, you ain't moving right. That's like with us, it's our egos. It's harder for women to put their pride aside, and to take that shame with making a mistake. With men, we're always accountable. We're always, having to be accountable for our actions. We're always, we deal with shame since young boys, even, from not girls, from failing life, we get shamed. You don't make the basketball team, get shamed. We deal with shame, but with women it's just different. I say it's harder, and that's just what I think. Like I said, with Shannon Sharpe, you just have to protect yourself, man. Like
I don't think it's anything wrong with somebody dating somebody younger. I think if somebody 80 and they date somebody 30, that's fine.
Hold on. I got you, 2K. I got you, 2K. Okay. Listen, bro. If we just want to get to the thick of it, y'all tired. Y'all old hoes is tired. Flat. Oh shit! Thank you. Y'all tired as fuck. Y'all ran through. Y'all tired.
The old hoes are tired. Meanwhile, Shannon Sharpe is risking it all for some young ass pussy. That has been a liability.
Shannon, you know what? I mean, listen, we can have that conversation.
That gives energized.
We can have that conversation, but the fact of the matter is,
based on who he just dated and lost everything.
That's cool. But here's the thing about Shannon. The one thing that we know about Shannon Sharpe, 6 months he'll be all right. Yeah. Shannon gonna be he gonna be richer.
And so will she.
He's and that's cool. But we not talking about her because she the young girl. The old hoes is tired.
You gonna throw that money
these old rag. Listen,
but
y'all
aged
out.
Old men,
y'all, the only reason y'all going at Shannon is because y'all mad because y'all aged the fuck out. And I ain't talking about y'all on the panel. I'm not talking about y'all. I'm not talking about y'all on the panel. I'm talking about women in general. The only reason, the main ones that's going at him, it's not the men, it's not the younger women, it's the old hag black women. The old hag black women, Celie and them, they tired. And so now because nobody want them hoes, all they want to do is play with them and trick them off and then send them out to pasture. These are the ones that they the ones that used to be the house slaves that used to shave massa, and they used to be out there making sure that they keep the other slaves in line. That's what you see from older black women. They so bitter, angry. They don't have no understanding. They don't really hold nobody accountable. They own your team till they not. They was with him when Monique had the opportunity to come on the show, and now they against him. And I said this before, I'm gonna say it again. The biggest enemy to a black man is a black woman.
Man,
we could say that about black men. They the ones killing all the white men.
No, can we reel it in though for real?
It ain't black men.
Let's talk
a black man.
That's so dumb. That's
the biggest enemy to a black man. If you ever want to see a nigga with diabetes, hypertension, and high cholesterol, it's usually a nigga that's aligned with a woman that is stressing the fuck out.
Anton, hold on. Anton, then why do married men live longer, Anton? Why do married men live longer?
We gotta do one mic.